Okay, guys, let's get into Steve Landau here some more. Now, I want to preface this from the very beginning, just like I said in my last video where everyone freaked out thinking I was a Steven Crowder stan. Guys, everything Dave said could have 100% went down exactly the way Dave said. My issues is I don't work in opinion. I'll give my opinion of what I think may be something, but if somebody has a different opinion, I don't care. It's like, okay, cool, I'm not going to argue with you on it because you could be right, but you also could be wrong. I could be wrong. The fact remains that no evidence has been presented of anything happening. None. So stop taking sides, guys. It's seriously childish. Let's just wait for evidence to come out. If Dave Landau shows proof of everything, there you go. But if Steven Crowder shows you proof that Dave's lying, then you're going to have to accept it. And see, that's why it's silly to take sides. Because if you're wrong, you look really dumb. If you're right, great, good on you, but you're still kind of a jerk because you didn't really know what happened, and it was really just a guess. You know what I mean? So that's why I don't take sides, and I don't rub people's face in it either. If I'm 100% right about this, I'm not going to rub it in anyone's face because I don't know. You know, I could take Steven's side 100% and be right. That didn't mean I actually knew that went down. Not by any means, and I would be such a jerk to act like that. So guys, let's calm down on the situation. Now, what I do want to get into is some advice for Dave Landau. Dude, let it go. You're gone from his show, okay? People are going to harass you coming on Steven Crowder's side. People are going to take Steven Crowder's side as much as they're going to take your side. And the problem that I have with it is he's very thankful when people take his side. And he's very confused and frustrated when people take Steven Crowder's side. I don't like that because that's very hypocritical. Okay? You're expecting people to take your side, but based on what? Nothing. So you can't get mad at people whenever they take Steven Crowder's side based on nothing. I mean, Steven Crowder's not even talking about it. For all we know, Steven Crowder may just be like, yeah, I was a jerk to him. Just come out and say that. And then a lot of people siding with Steven Crowder are going to feel dumb. You know what I mean? Do we have this settled? Are we on the same page that I'm not on Crowder's side? I just pointed out things that Dave made the claims. Steven Crowder said nothing. So when I point out holes in Dave's story, it's not because I'm taking Steven Crowder's side. It's that I have no holes to poke into Steven's story because he hasn't said anything. Believe me, if Steven Crowder comes out and says some stuff that some of it doesn't make sense, I'll happily point it out. It's just, I have nothing to be able to point out because he hasn't said anything. Okay? Try to understand that, guys, please. I'm tired of arguing with people in the comments. I'm actually not going to argue with anyone in the comments this time because it's annoying. Because I'm like, guys, there was a longtime subscriber that argued with me, telling me it was a big L and, all that stuff. But how is it an L if I never took a side? I never put my chips in. I never bet on anybody. Packers versus the Browns in the Super Bowl. I didn't watch it. How did I take an L? You see what I'm saying? It's dumb. Anyway, Timcast is trending, and I wonder why. Let's actually see why. I'll pull it up real quick just for the fun of it. Timcast, let's see here. Interesting timing of Tucker Carlson's firing, considering ADL has... What is this? I'm curious. What does this have to do with Timcast? It's about time far too long. They're going after him? Okay. The Second Amendment will not have one until the NFA has gone 100%. What is he talking about? What's going on here? 27 states are now effectively constitutional carry. What's done, 2A is 1. You're not going to win. Okay. No, they're just okay, it's just dumb. I just wanted to make sure, because I thought something crazy may happen, another swatting or something. But anyway, back to Dave Landau here. So, he's getting over dramatized here. And he's taking things to heart too much, okay? Steven Crowder, we're live. This guy says, we're still waiting for you to address the Landau situation. Otherwise, I'll just sit out your show for a while. Okay, that's fine. Don't mug clubbers own you because they pay you? So this guy's digging at him, saying that he owns him, but we don't know that Steven Crowder ever said that, so, silly. Then we get a person who's completely taken Crowder's side here, okay? Which is still silly. Who cares? Dave is acting like a baby. He needs to get over it. Now, I do agree that Dave needs to get over it at this point in time. Come on, it's over with, man. Let's. If Steven Crowder's not going to address it, then you need to just move on as well, honestly. Because it's getting embarrassing at this point. So, Dave Landau, you don't get to show up late for work for any reason in my world. You sound like a spoiled elitist. Oh, I should get a pass because I'm out late being a comedian. Boo-hoo, grow up, Dave. Now, he says this is not what he said. But again, guys, what are we supposed to believe? Just his word? In the contract, they put it in there that he can't show up late. And that indirectly states, from Steven Crowder's mouth anyway, who knows who wrote the contract up, but I imagine it was Steven Crowder, that he shows up late often. At least that's what the accusation would be, right? Maybe it's not. Maybe he was just being a jerk, but you would think that, okay? Possibly. So who knows? Maybe he did, maybe he didn't, but it's just weird. But he says, not what I said. I should, of course, be on time. I said if I'm up writing a last-minute news sketch or piece or told too early, T-O-O, early, that morning before leaving, of course I should be on time to a job. And then he quotes, liberals take everything out of context. People like you really are the same. I guess he's quoting him or something from a previous tweet or something. But look, there's no context. And see, that's the problem. We can't take anything out of context to be certain. You know what I mean? Like, Dave never gave context other than his word. He never gave any physical context, that is. So it's interesting, you know? Then he says, no justifiable reason to spit out and demean Crowder publicly. Crap move by someone I once respected, but now I realize is a crappy human being. I think that's a little far. Look, obviously, Dave is butthurt about what happened. And if everything he said is true, I would be butthurt too. But if you're not going to provide receipts, it's better to not say anything at that point. I mean, what are you going to do? You're just going to stir up a bunch of crap, and no one... How can we find you to be credible? Okay? If I saw an alien spaceship land right in front of me and tell me everything, I'm not going to tell anyone. Do you know why? Because my life would have absolutely be ruined. If I was going around telling people that this is what happened to me, there's nobody that would believe me, and I understand how it would look. I would look crazy. So it's better off at that point to just not say anything. As crazy as that in itself does sound, if it's like, well, if it really did happen, but think about it, guys. How many people are you going to convince with that story? You won't convince one. And you know it. And this should be the same situation. It's a little more believable because people have their biases, right? And it's in reality. Somebody could say all this stuff. It's not like it's impossible. So it's easier to get into the weeds. It's easier to take a side. But in reality, guys, the story he told is about as likely. Well, okay, not as likely, because the story he told has as much evidence as somebody saying that a spaceship crashed down in front of them. Okay? And that's my point. Guys, take it easy. Seriously. Now, he said, I did no such thing. Sit your crazy, dramatic ass down. I mean, he's getting heated on Twitter. This was just earlier. Like, when I pulled this up, he had tweeted it just 8 minutes ago. Now, this was at 10:25 a.m. It's 2:34. I probably should have got on this earlier, but hey, I got kids to deal with, you know? So anyway, he goes through and he's talking about some stuff, you know, where was it? Did it refresh? No, I'll have to scroll down a little more. So, loved you in OKC. I scrolled back up. Yeah. Cool to see somebody else in Oklahoma. That's neat. Good joke. But here it was. I clicked this. So it was this tweet here. That's why I scrolled back up, because I pulled it up over here. So the quartering said, replying to this guy here, this guy ends up saying he shouldn't be dragged for a woman wanting divorce. However, he should get dragged for telling Dave I own you and pulling the crap he did on DW. Okay. Quartering has a very based response. This is fair. I'll tell you this on the Dave thing. All I can say that's one side of the story from someone promoting their new show. We really have no idea what was said. If he did say that it's cringe and bad, I agree, but we don't know, and I'm in the same boat. If Crowder said that, Crowder should be dragged through the mud for it. But if he didn't say that, and there's a possibility he didn't say that, and that Dave could be making it up or taking something out of context. We don't know. But Dave Landau, of course, makes the joke, which is, this is silly. Sure we do. Steven tapes all his calls and can easily demonstrate what he said. Okay, but the person... watch this. All Steven Crowder has to say is, I never recorded any phone calls, and we never even had that conversation, and then boom, you look bad. Okay? And seriously, this person says right here, way to be an adult. I kind of agree. You're sitting here trashing Steven Crowder on Twitter, and this is what's looking bad. He's going on and on and on and on about Steven Crowder. And Steven Crowder is not even acknowledging it. This actually makes Dave just look terrible. And honestly, at this point in time, if Crowder just stays quiet, it's going to make Dave look really dumb. This is what I'm talking about, dude. Everything could have been real that Dave is talking about. But the longer you go on about it, and the more heated you're getting, and the longer you're trying to make this news, especially after saying you didn't really want to talk about it, it has me wondering to myself, is that true? Because it seems like you want to talk about it a lot. It seems like you want to drag Steven Crowder a lot. You said, I never wanted to bring this up because I still think of Steven Crowder as a friend, but then you keep going on and on and on about it, and Steven Crowder's just off doing other things. Think about the optics, dude. Pay attention a little bit. I like Dave Landau. I've been watching some of his stand-up lately. It's funny stuff. But that being said, this is starting to really just get on my last nerve about it, to be honest, you know. Crowder played a phone call from Daily Wire on a child's toy to make them look bad. The word adult doesn't belong anywhere near this. I don't even know what he's referencing, to be honest. I should look into that, but I don't actually care enough to, okay. Every business records calls, especially if it's going to be brought up later. I wish you kids knew more and thought things out better. Yeah, I mean, I recorded a call just yesterday, and I'm not going to play it because the company did the right thing. And I told them I was going to release the video on here. It was the first time okay, guys, this is going to sound cringe. I had to flex my channel on an alarm company yesterday, and I won't tell you who it was, but they didn't want that, and they realized quickly they were in the wrong. I mean, this dude was absolutely cussing me out. And then I got the third-party company to send over their logs of all the false alarms that have gone off, and immediately was met with a bunch of apologies. And I asked him, why the hell did it come down to you cussing me out? Well, I thought you were making it up to try and get out of the contract. And I'm like, dude, I told you, call the third-party company that records all these calls, all these alarms, and find out, and you wouldn't do it. That was very disrespectful. Well, long story short, guys, they're coming in Monday, and they're ripping out the entire security system, and we're parting ways. And I told them, I won't take you to court and get a refund on everything I spent if you just come get the equipment and get out. They didn't like that, and I was like, guys, I will win this lawsuit because the local fire department has already told me they'll testify. Yeah, this is a little thing that's been going on for a bit. So I got a new alarm company coming in. They're a little more expensive. I'm not happy about that. And I just hope they don't have issues, because now I gotta have them in my house and see what is gonna happen. I just hate that. I hope they work out though. Okay. And he said, I said as much in the interview, I'm well aware. Okay. And then who cares then, Dave? If you said as much in the interview, then why do you care about this, that he records his calls? I don't get it. Was there a reason you didn't sit down with Crowder and discuss your grievances on air, sunlight and all that? I mean, maybe. Look, Crowder may have said no. Okay, it's a good possibility that Crowder's just a jerk and doesn't want to do that, okay? So like I said, stop taking sides, guys. Seriously. I'm just getting annoyed with seeing Dave, like, going on and on about all this, okay? So, let's see. Yes, you had a very rational response. Read the dosage on your... Okay, let's see this. That's interesting. What? This isn't the same. Still waiting for you to address the situation. Otherwise, I'll sit your show out for a while. Wait, what? Did Crowder just delete this? What in the world? We're live. Why did he delete this? Oh, I guess that makes sense why he deleted it. Never mind. I get it. He deleted it because he doesn't want people to click a link and then it not be live anymore. That makes sense. I didn't know what it was for a second there. I'm dumb. Anyway, I guess to respond back to this. I didn't know such thing. Sit down. How sweet. Don't like my opinion and perception of the situation, so you immediately insult personally and tell me to shut up. Revealing. And he said, yeah, you had a very rational response. Okay. Look. Oh, what's this? You pulled this on Kumia, and now you're pulling it on Crowder. Has it ever occurred to you that you might have some faults as well? Did he? I thought him and, how do you say his name again? Kumia? I think it's Kumia. I thought they parted ways just fine. I don't think that's true. I think you might be wrong there, Don, but I can't say definitively because I never watched that show either, so I can't comment, but I'm pretty sure he's wrong. Divorce is hard. I'm sure there are countless bad stories out there. My brother never recovered from his. He self-deleted after a few years after his. Thankfully, I've not experienced one myself. Had some bad breakups, though that changed me. Looking back, I feel silly about it. He says, I'm very sorry about your brother. It absolutely does suck in every way. I think you need to not be on Twitter talking about this, man. Reach out to Crowder yourself, That's what I think it needs to happen because there's too much drama associated with you and other people are going to latch onto this. And I know it's not your fault that people are acting out, but I think it's the responsible thing that if you have beef with someone, maybe not comment on something that's really bad. Some people are going to come in there and rub the salt in the wound based on your energy. You know what I mean? That's just the way some people are. So Starfy, I'm sorry, I'm curious now. Didn't you publicly, at least, I know there were rumors, but there always will be. I'm sure you know better than I do, and I'm sure there's a lot you can't tell, but if I may ask, when did Steven start drama with you publicly? Let's see, go back and watch every episode. Starting February 22nd, come back and tell me how much I was promoted. But we found out that you were promoted. But that's not starting drama with you publicly either, though. So that's, you sidestep that question. I'll then start by giving you an answer since you're so sure of yourself and what goes on there. See, this is crazy. 2 hours ago, he's still arguing with people on all of this, but he's not providing any receipts. It's just not a good look. Now, here's Farron. Unlike some, I don't have selective hearing. I'm also very familiar with entertainment contracts, and I was floored. Which is fine, I mean, some people have problems with the contracts, some people don't. I'm not experienced enough in these contracts to really give much of a crap about them. You know what I mean? So I can't give you an accurate, this contract should be like this or shouldn't be. You know what I'm saying? I just can't. P.S. bought your special last night in solidarity. You should charge more for your specials. And yeah, okay. So he just, like I said, I didn't disclose the serious stuff. Okay, so I don't know. So there was other stuff that you're not disclosing. Maybe I don't understand. I don't know. Expected better from you, and he said so did I. I mean, look, this is just at this point this is really bad. He says, "Gosh, I miss Dave Landau and Crowder. It's just not the same. You should keep in mind what the team is trying to do. It's a fight against big tech and misinformation. Just because one guest leaves, you think it's changed. Don't hop on the bandwagon. Dave tried to throw Mug Club under the bus. Screw him. Maybe not, though. He might not have tried to do that. So keep an open mind on this, guys." And he just said, "No, I didn't." It's not... This isn't great, dude. This really isn't a great look, Dave. You need to just, at this point, move on, man. Seriously, move on. I wish I could tweet this at him, but I'm not allowed to tweet on Twitter for another couple days because I can't really say what I did. I could probably pull it up on another video and show a screenshot. I don't know. I'm not going to say it out loud here on YouTube. He said, "Dude, you're real effing POS. Crowder almost actually died." Did he? I wasn't aware of this. "And was going through a divorce. And you try to pile..." What do you mean he is going through a divorce? "You try to pile more S on and divide his viewers. Your career at Blaze won't last. You are nobody. You're an alcoholic with no feeling, but getting yours." I could agree with this post if evidence came out to prove that Dave was wrong, but right now, it very well may be that he's just wrong in general, or that this guy's wrong, or whatever. Dave could be in the right. That's what I'm trying to say. He says, not trolling at all. And this guy says, absolutely you are. It's a gross narrative to put on me. It's like I said. Oh, darling, I'm not a functioning alcoholic. If I relapse, you'll know. I don't know. I don't care. It's drama, 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 drama. For somebody who doesn't want to at all do this, for somebody who doesn't want to drag Steven or get more drama involved in all this stuff, and he just wants to tell his side of the story, you sure are milking this, Dave. And that's the issue I have with it at the moment. At this point in time, if people are going to be tweeting at you about it anymore, you need to ignore it because there's nothing else for you to say and clearly no more evidence for you to provide. Because if there were, I'm sure you'd be providing it. That's why I have such a major problem with this. Dave, it's time to move on, man. Seriously. For your sake, for Steven Crowder's sake, for everybody's sake. This is going nowhere. And if it's going nowhere, why are you wasting time on it? That's all I have to say about it, guys. Sorry to go on for 21 minutes, but hey, it is what it is. Anyway, music channel. Going to be reviewing this stuff, so please subscribe to my music channel. Link in the description below. And also, it was at the beginning of the video, but it's all good. Just link in the description below, guys. Seriously. Go there, open up another tab, or, well, actually, this video's over, so just click that link, go there, subscribe, follow me here on Twitter, and I'll see you all here in the next one. Later.